Jen, you are on mute.
I'm so excited to get started. So my name is Jen Walker, certified Optavia coach, and welcome to day 3 of the Love Yourself to Help Challenge. Let's start by touching your heart. I want you guys to everybody put your hands on your heart, and I want you to think of somebody that you love. And I want you to think of them, close your eyes if you need to. I want you to breathe. I want you to feel the love that you have for this person. And then I want you to shift. And I would love for you guys to connect that love for yourself right now. And I want you to feel that love. Take a deep breath. Okay. So we're going to start and learn about habits today. We'll be referencing in the life book on page 82 to 90. And Dr. A says you don't get rid of habits. You replace them with good ones. There aren't shortcuts to a healthy lifestyle. They're based off the daily habits that we create. So Dr. A has taught us to have a foundational choice and that everything will build on it. So once we've made a decision, we can dive into our secondary choice. And the secondary choice that we have, we can actually make some progress. So I want to share with you guys a little picture. On this picture, we have on the left, it's a circle. We have the cue, and then at the top, we have the word routine. And then on the right side, we have a reward, and it kind of goes in like a circle. And what we're going to talk about each of these items. So honestly, it doesn't really I couldn't impute this put this into my brain in the right way to really apply it to my life. So I want to kind of give you guys some examples. So a cue is how will you remember or initiate XYZ. Examples of a cue you can add to the chat if you have any other ideas is a phone alarm, the Habits of Health Optavia phone app that we have for clients, sticky notes, or habit stacking. And the routine is the secondary choice that we want to make. This is the habit that we want to create. And then a reward is an immediate reward or benefit. And examples of this immediate reward, and you guys can put more ideas in the chat, we verbally say good job, or maybe we aren't too old to have a sticker chart. And so those can be some fun ideas for us. And I want you guys to think about what yours is for the health challenge. Let's apply this to our lives. So drop a 1 in the chat if you have touched base with the person who invited you to this challenge. And if you've done a goal setting session with them, have you come up with a habit? And congrats to you guys who have put a 1 in the chat. And those who haven't set goals yet with the person who invited you to the challenge, I would love for you guys to text them or communicate with them today and get that done so that you can have some intention around this actual challenge. So one of the things that you're going to do is we're going to go over this new habit creation. And let's think of that habit that maybe you're going to be working on. And this needs to be a very basic habit that you can do even on your worst day. So very small, okay? We call it a micro habit. And it's to create the habit, not necessarily to achieve the goal in that moment. So I'm going to share with you a personal example in my life of what I've done for a micro habit. So I'm really quite flexible. I always have been. And I've loved gymnastics growing up. I remember being in Mexico last year, and I was with our healthy community, and I was trying to do a toe touch on the beach. You guys, it was embarrassing. I could not get off the ground. And I was like, what the heck? Why can't I do a great toe touch? So I was kind of sad. So that was one of my silly goals, but I really kind of want to be able to do a good toe touch. So that's my goal for this challenge, and to start in the process until I complete that goal. So for example, my cue to reach this goal of doing a good toe touch would be to have a sticky note for me. And it has a list of what I do for my workout. So on there, it has my routine, which would be 3 toe touches every day and 10 large jump squats so I can build those muscles. And my immediate reward is going to be to complete it and verbally say good job to myself and just kind of feel like I've checked off that list off my sticky note. So remember that consistency is key. And I would love for you guys to put in the chat, how many days do you guys think that it takes to create a habit? Okay, I'm seeing a 30 to 90. I'm seeing some 66s. And the truth is, Dr. A has found that it takes 66 days to create a habit. So you don't need to be able to do a micro habit, or you do, sorry, we want to do this micro habit every day, especially on the days of low motivation and willpower or being overwhelmed. So we still got to do it even on those days. So part of this is reprogramming our brain as well. And so be aware of the thinking that you previously had, because you're going to have to shift into the higher version of yourself. And how can you think about it differently? You don't have to be the victim of your environment. You can also be the architect of that. That's by James Clear. And I feel like that is so powerful. We're going to talk about the micro plus habit that we have. And on days that you can do more than was required, we call this a micro habit plus. It's the ability to do more reps on the day where your motivation is a struggle, okay? So when it's not hard, do more, give yourself that check plus. And when Dr. A, I'm going to share an example of his life and what he's done in regards to the cue habit or cue routine and reward. So when Dr. A was trained as a critical care physician, he would only have a few minutes to eat in between patients who were in critical care, and they needed this nonstop care in order to stay alive. So the pressure was on for Dr. A. And he has found that it really was affecting his actual health. So Dr. A committed and changed, and he decided that he was going to chew his food 5 times before he swallowed it. And he worked on this, and now he's come to the point where he chews 15 times before swallowing. And it took him about 2 months to retrain, and he has this now that serves him with his goals. If you guys are human, pay attention that creating new habits requires consistency. And if you by chance miss one of your days, and then you've got to like reprogram yourself. And then you think, okay, I missed 2 days. Okay, so I want you to know, if you miss 3 days, it's critical that you don't miss that 3rd day. If you do, you're going to have to start over on day 1, because your brain will disregard patterns that are not consistent. So it's really important to do that. Your actions reveal how badly you want something. If you keep saying something is a priority, but you never act on it, then you don't really want it. It's time to have an honest conversation with yourself. Your actions reveal your true motivations. That's by James Clear as well. I think that is so powerful. Like, it's easy for us to say something, but what does our life really look like? What habits have we created that form our life and our lifestyle? So I want to share with you an assignment for today to identify the habit that you'd like to build. You'll have the cue, you'll have the habit, or you'll have the cue, you'll have the, oh goodness, guys, the routine and the reward. The cue, the routine, and the reward. So I want you guys to look at that for yourselves, and then creating that micro habit, and then the plus, and share this with your coach. And then don't forget that tonight we're going to have our Healthy Together live webinar, and we're going to have another version of Loving Yourself to Health with another angle, and you guys are going to love it. So thanks for joining us this morning. And I'm so excited for you guys to be able to have success today.